Welcome to What's on Your Table, the show where two guys who love food, try food, and talk about it. I'm your host, Alex Berger. With me, as always, my co-host and confidant, Christopher Hueslick. Christopher, what'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Where did my muffin go? It's over there.
Where did my muffin go?
I played my favorite game, walk through our sales department, because sometimes they have foods laying around, and I asked Miss Penny, I was like, Miss Penny, can I have one of these muffins? Miss Penny, yep. I said, hey, can I have one of these muffins? She was like, I don't care, so I have a muffin. So that's my breakfast, and then you just got to get mad at Alex and he buys you some coffee. So that's a trick I've learned that I'm going to keep instilling in the future.
And you know what? He's exactly right. Well, as you may have seen last night, the Golden Globes were on there, and they had a section for podcasts. I know you may be thinking to yourself right now, I didn't see my favorite podcast, What's on Your Table, on there.
Oh,
guys,
I thought you were going to go with Shooting the Breeze.
Oh, that is my favorite podcast. Yeah, we're switching around now.
Are you kidding? We're amateurs compared to what Chris Yates
I was going to say, forget
Molly
this
Naisland and Nathan
Shooting
Kitchens are doing over there. So,
if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
In all reality, if you're on the WMD Plus app, lots of good podcasts. We have another one Alex and I are on. I'm on all the time. Alex on quite a bit with Sports Zone. Kurt and Patrick do sideline stories. We have Morning Brunch. We have Beyond the Headlines. So in all reality, make sure you go check out some of the other podcasts. Show some love to some of our coworkers. We all work really hard on getting these thrown together to get some interesting content out to you guys.
And sometimes it really is thrown together, like, because there's just only so much time in the day, folks. Sometimes it's a team effort, but we have fun. Well,
and Alex, before we get in, we're doing Untamed Chef this week over on University here in Peoria. We were having some file issues, so there's not as much video as we would have liked, but we still don't worry, still a good podcast coming up. And Alex, why don't we just go ahead and
look at some of the stuff?
Let's go see what Alex and Christopher at Untamed Chef had to say.
Welcome to this week's episode of What's on Your Table. Christopher Hueslick along with Alex Berger. And this week, we're getting a little untamed. We are here on bustling North University Street in Peoria, and we're checking out a spot that started out as a place to do cooking classes, and has opened up. We are here at Untamed Chef. Let's get some untamed food.
Man, Alex, this, like I said, just a beautiful, beautiful interior. And
I like the music that you chose for this too.
Oh yeah, look at those chips with Parmesan.
I feel like I'm on like Project Runway right now. This is great.
That steaming Alfredo, so good.
It's like an edit. This is incredible. This is awesome. The sweet cheeks with
we're gonna get into all this, but sorry.
Yeah, no, I was very impressed by all of this. You go in there and you'll hear more from Rebecca, the owner and head person of this establishment later, but it's all made to look very cozy, very homey. Not Simpsons, just, homey in general. But, Parm crisps as opposed to regular fries. That's their Untamed Alfredo, which we'll talk about as well. But just a very unique establishment, and that's what they strive to do, truthfully, is to be unique in their own and different than any other place. So
yeah, Alex, and generally, like you guys see us, we try the food. We did try it. Like I said, we were having some file issues with our clips, so we just kind of had to work with what we got. But don't let that discredit any of this food. Those Parm chips were delicious. You'll hear Rebecca, the owner, talk about it here in a bit. They don't do normal sides. It's not fries, sweet potato fries, things like that. Yeah. They have bacon jam Brussels sprouts. They have honey glazed carrots. They have those Parmesan chips.
Sure do.
And if you're looking for something, well, some might say Untamed. If you're looking for something a little more untamed, not your average side, not your average course. Untamed Chef it's the place to be. As you saw the Sweet Cheeks burger there. That was the burger. It had it was a jalapeno cream cheese, some onions. That burger was the perfect. She even said they called it the Sweet Cheeks because of its sweet and then it's kind of spice with the jalapenos.
The way it's glazed. Is really cool.
And we'll get into this more. It's an open kitchen. You guys didn't get to see it. We will talk about that in the interview with Rebecca herself. But it's a wide eclectic.
Ooh.
Yeah, you like that?
We're getting into the Merriam-Webster today.
I stole that from you. You actually say it in the interview. You guys will hear in a minute. But and then
stealing my words. You hear this guy?
Their garlic mashed potatoes, and then that Untamed pasta.
Yeah,
was delicious. It had the sauce. It had I don't remember the exact one, but yeah, right. Had a little bit of.
Sorry, it had the sauce.
It had some vinegar in there. It's just delicious. Everything we had there was absolutely delicious. You had the sausage and the chicken in with it. So
yeah, it's a very different taste than your typical Alfredo. It's its own style, and I think that's what they really strive to do. Man, you really got me with this. It's got the sauce,
It's got the sauce.
But that's how
the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. It has the sauce.
That was the worst Italian accent ever.
And you know what? Hey, we forgive you. Something I'd like to know, Christopher, as you know, we don't have our typical us eating segment for this. I want to ask you a couple questions. When you go into a restaurant, and you walk in there, let's say you are either by yourself, you're with your family, you're with your girlfriend. What is it that you really want out of a restaurant?
That's a good question. I just want to kind of make it. I'm already eating out and I already feel guilty enough. I just want to kind of feel like you're part of like that family. Like you're just going to go in. They're going to serve the best quality food that they can get you, and just something that's going to make the eating process a little easier. I don't have to cook. Obviously, most restaurants you don't.
Right.
But just kind of that warm welcome feeling, and just like they're working, they got a job to do, so and I'm there to eat, so just
I think coming from both of us being former restaurant employees, we know what they're going through. And so I feel like we just have kind of a different sort of empathy for them, and just have a different mindset going into it, to where we're like, okay, we know how the customer service game is, and we know how to just treat wait staff and stuff like that. But I agree with you. When you go into a restaurant, when you go into a restaurant, when you go to a restaurant, you really want it to be, something that feels welcoming, and clean. And, you want it to be a place that you want to eat at, a place that you want to sit at. We've been very, very lucky, because all of the places we've gone to, very clean, and very welcoming. So much so, you go into, we're talking about Untamed Chef today, and you'll hear her talk about, her clients, or her clientele, her customer base. She has regulars, people that go in there pretty regularly, and not just for the bar. They go there for the food. They go there for dinner, breakfast, brunch, lunch, whatever they have going on, they go for. You'll hear them talk. You'll hear her talk about that. But they're just loyal. And that's something that speaks a lot of volumes for the restaurant itself, because these people actually want to go back to your business. They want to actually buy more food, buy more drinks from you, because of how you welcome them in. And she welcomes them like their family. That's used a lot. You know what I mean? Say, oh, you're family to this restaurant. But when they come in, I mean, if you told me that they were all her cousins, I'd believe you.
Yep.
Because of how she welcomes them. Hey, how's it going? And sometimes she'll give them a hug if she really knows them, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere.
Yeah, Alex. Well, we got to take a quick little break. When we get back, we have the interview with Rebecca. So we'll be right back.
Yeah. Welcome back to What's on Your Table, the show where two guys who love food try food and talk about it. I'm Alex Berger, one of your hosts. My other host here and confidant, Christopher Huslig, with me as always. We've got a lot to talk about today, but this is the portion of the show where we let somebody else do the talking. However, we are talking about Untamed Chef in Peoria, a business that started out with some humble beginnings and has evolved into a full-on restaurant. So, Christopher, do you have anything to say before we get into the interview?
No, I mean, hey, just let's just hear what Rebecca's got. Let's let her explain it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Hearn. I'm the owner of Untamed Chef. Yeah, so in the beginning, prime goal was education of food and just kind of interacting with people, kind of bringing it into a family atmosphere with the way the kitchen is set up, but having it as a commercial setting. So we kind of mixed both of those so people would feel at home, like they're in their grandma's or mom's kitchen, learning how to cook and participating with a live chef here. We continue to do those, but what happened is we started to have customers come in that say, we really want you to be open for lunch and, things like that. So we involved and started opening for lunch, and then we did our private events in the evenings and the weekends. Then we added brunch, and then we started doing catering. And then when COVID hit, we had no choices but to become a full-blown restaurant. We still do those educational classes. We just do those on Sundays and Mondays when we're closed. So that way it's still private to you. Everything is created, all the menus and the new features, everything is done here in-house. We explore new options. We take things that we're famous for and try to recreate new items with that. Always being innovative and trying to staying ahead. What do we not have in the area? Like, we don't serve French fries, sadly, but we do serve things like bacon jam Brussels sprouts that we make with our homemade bacon jam that he's making right over there right now. And things like that. So that's what you guys are smelling in here that they can't smell, but if you know bacon jam, you know it. So that's what stands us apart, is always having something different and unique on our menu. We try to come up with funny and unique names as well. We have naughty cowgirl sliders, things like that. We get, when our customers are in here, we get them interactive with those names and they have a good time with it. The way the kitchen is set up to look like you're cooking at home, we did that so that everybody feels comfortable. They can move around the island, they can come to the back and actually cook live right with us here. We wanted that homey feel. And also to have just a different setting than anybody else has in Peoria. To have your chef cook food directly in front of you, even when you're here as a guest for normal lunch and dinner, it's a really cool vibe. Our customers interact with our chefs, talk to them about their experiences with the food, and that's what makes us unique and different. I think because we are unique and different, we change up our menu. So we have right now we're in our fall and winter menu. So they can constantly have their favorites that are on the stable everyday menu, things that we cannot take off the menu. They have those choices, but they look forward to the featured menus that we have, as well as we add additional features as we see. I might dream up something like today we have smoked jerk chicken. Why? Just because we were craving it. I know customers love it. It's not on the menu, but we pop that out here and there. We make all of our homemade soups and everything like that in-house here. I think another thing that makes us unique is that we engage with our customers quite a bit. When they're here, I want them to feel like they are our true guests from the time they walk in until they leave, and that we know that they know we appreciate them being a small business. So right now, our winter menu will go until about February. And in February, we'll just change it out and do a different seasonal menu. But right now, you can enjoy things like our lobster ravioli, our hot lobster rolls. We have our, it's a ribeye steak sandwich that you can load up with sauteed peppers, onions. We do a steakhouse aioli special for that one. We have things on that menu like our fresh Argentina shrimp tacos that people really enjoy this time of the year. On there as well as our flatbreads. So we'll do like a sweet cheeks burger. Our flatbreads, so we'll do either sweet cheeks or a chicken Alfredo flatbread. And we have a steakhouse mushroom salad as well that's on that menu. As well as us being open for lunch and dinner, we do enjoy catering, small and large. We have a take and bake menu, so if you don't feel like cooking one day, you can call us the same day, see what's available. If not, we put you on a schedule for that week. There are trays that you just take home. We can either do it hot and ready or a take and bake with instructions. Pop it in your oven, pull it out, enjoy it, throw the pan away. Voila. So we have the full-blown catering for up to 250 people. We do the interactive cooking. We do mixology classes. If there's people that don't enjoy adult cocktails for whatever reason, we do mocktails as well. So we do a lot of interactive events, private catering. We customize catering menus for you. So just we go through that with you.
Call me lacking.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to continue to grow. There are a lot of people that thought we were just a cooking instruction school, or they thought that we just did the interactive stuff. So we continue to try to spread the word that, we are a full-blown restaurant where you can come in with a reservation or without one, sit down, enjoy a meal, enjoy the atmosphere, things like that. So we want to continue to grow our customer base that way.
Very, very cool. Thank you so much to Rebecca for letting us, talk to her business, or talk to her and talk about her business. And two,
Oh man, I left that out of the video on purpose. That's what I get for catching you off guard with the stretch, I guess.
It's okay. I just thought it was funny. That was my reaction.
But I did want to point out before we hit the break here, we still got a couple of minutes before we got to do that. But as you guys could see behind her, like one of the things I really liked about Untamed Chef is when you're sitting there, you feel like you're in your own kitchen. You saw there was like the island there with where their stove and stuff was. They literally have a kitchen fridge. They had all those cabinets. It looks like you're cooking in your house. And like she said, they let us go. We unfortunately video issues, but we were able to go behind and watch the chef cook. You even saw him back there preparing stuff while we were interviewing her. And it's very interesting. You don't see that often where I can sit there and I can walk up to this island and watch my food be cooked, watch whatever they're doing, talk with the chef. She said people like to engage in conversation while he's cooking their food. It just
puts a lot of trust in the customer as well.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times when you go to a restaurant, you don't really know what's going on in the kitchen. You can't see it. It's back in the back of the house. You're not allowed to really walk back there. But here, everything's there for you. You can watch them prep things. You can watch them cook. It was very interesting. Something I had never really seen before.
No.
And it just adds.
It's like hibachi or something.
Yeah. It just adds to that dining experience to where you feel like you're in your own kitchen and your mom, your sister, your cousin, whoever's cooking is cooking for you. And it's
Well, that's a great point. I have a question for you going along with that. As we're talking about unique restaurant here before we go to break, I would like to ask you, if you had your own restaurant, what would be your special item?
Ooh.
What would your signature item be? What would you be known for, Toe?
Man, that's rough. I'm just thinking of some things I really like to cook. Honestly,
He's a chef.
I do breakfast burritos.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's my thing is like when you go out to eat, not a lot of places do much with breakfast burritos. Like most sit down restaurants, they're just like breakfast places. You have like one burrito option.
Yeah.
And I love breakfast burritos. I really like making homemade Alfredo sauce, so maybe a chicken Alfredo too. It kind of depends on what type of food I'm opening up. But
you know what our digital reporter Andy Kravitz said? I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'll maybe come back next. But Andy Kravitz, he said that if he could open a business, he would open one called Only Coffee.
Oh yeah,
because he is a big black coffee enjoyer, as am I. But when he sees these different specialty places, he's so confused on what to get because they put their specialty coffees ahead of their normal drip coffees. And he said he would like to open a place that's just coffee, and you have different coffees, but you can choose Colombian, Guatemalan, Costa Rican, and that's the kind of coffee you can choose from. But I think that's really interesting to have a signature restaurant like that.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of more about Untamed Chef, man. Like the whole experience is, if you want to step out of your average restaurant, everyday run of the mill experience. Dude, I would highly suggest it because it's different. It's something
you can get some of the same food that you get at these other places, but done differently.
If
and
you go to Chili's or Texas Roadhouse, you're not getting this experience.
Yeah, call them out.
I'm not calling anyone out. They have their own perks to them. They all do. But the point
yes, they do.
The point of the show is
we went to Chili's on Friday.
Yeah, the point of the show is to help local business, and one of this is one of the. It's a great place to go.
Yeah.
And it's something different you don't see every day. They have a full service bar on the other side of the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just something different that, you don't always see. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's exotic. And, the owner is there greeting people at the door. She helped several people over there. She was helping cook. Just not something you see all the time, man.
No. And they have classes so you can learn how to cook as well.
If you're anything like Alex, you need all the help you can get.
Oh, you know what's funny? I would clap back at that, but I have no defense to that. You're so right. I have to just accept defeat. You killed me before the commercial break.
Well, you said it there, Alex. We do got to take a quick break, and we will be back after this short message.
Welcome back to What's on Your Table on the WMD Plus app. It's the show where two guys who love food try food and talk about it. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Berger. With me, as always, is my other host, Christopher Huslig, my confidant. I kind of sound like, I feel like I sound like Rob Dyrdek from Ridiculousness. With me, as always, Stilo Brim and Chanel West Coast, for anybody who's watched that. I think they just ended that show, actually, very sad. But here, we're talking about Untamed Chef restaurant in Peoria. Started as a place for cooking classes only and has evolved into a full-service restaurant and bar that has a very home feeling to it, to where it cooks in a personal kitchen. Christopher, we're in our block of the show where we're highlighting things that we really enjoyed from the restaurant. I want to start with what kind of captured your eye. Briefly, what captured your eye as we walked in?
Yeah, I even showed it at the beginning of the clip, right after we do our intro and walk in on the first clip. There's just a big Untamed Chef logo on the wall.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I noticed. Also, I loved the decorations as a whole. They had that stereotypical booking height chart on the wall at one point.
Yeah.
Just very, very interesting. And then obviously the fact that there's a house kitchen in the middle of this restaurant. So
yeah. And I kind of going off of that, what I initially was happy with or comfortable with in a way is as you walk into Untamed Chef, it's almost like walking into someone's house.
Yep.
It's like walking into someone's house. I know that's kind of the vibe they're going for, but there's like a wall in the middle, as if you were to walk into a person's house and go, oh, living room, or, whatever they have it laid out. But that's how it feels. You know what I mean? It feels like a place I could just go and play Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Or read a book, or you know what I mean? It's a very cozy place. The smells, come on, amazing. They're just cooking right there in the open. So if you order the Sweet Cheeks burger, you're gonna smell the Sweet Cheeks. Can I talk today? You're gonna smell the Sweet Cheeks burger because it's right there, and it's just like if you were at home and your mom or dad cooks dinner and you can smell it. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the crock pot. That's, yeah. Yeah,
Alex, we're running low on time here. Unfortunately, we could talk about, obviously, we've mentioned how it feels like you're in a you're in your own home. Before we go, I did want to mention, as you said, they do cooking classes. Those are on Sunday and Monday when they're closed. Then, according to the internet, they are open Tuesday through Saturday. Monday through Thursday is 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday is 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's what the interweb
hours
says.
may vary depending on
so
holidays.
if I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. But
hey.
also make sure you reach out if you want to do some cooking classes, if you want to have some great food.
Yeah, if you're a low life like me that doesn't know how to cook, that doesn't know how to cook very well. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from the movie Zathura, when the two kids are there, and then one of the kids goes, he tells Josh Hutcherson, he goes, "Can you make me mac and cheese?" No. He goes, "What can you make?" Water. I have took that with me my whole life, dude. But yeah, this is a place where you could learn from step one from scratch how to cook. And, you know, thank you to Rebecca Hearn for allowing us into her business, allowing us to try her food, delicious food at that. And if you haven't tried it, you can get a 2-for-1 where you can go in, you can take a cooking class, and then you can come back the next day for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah, make sure, and they're located at 7338 North University. So
We're dropping the Addy here.
So make sure to go swing by and go try something that's a little more untamed. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next week.
Peace.